two contractors can offer you the same house and give you completely different prices. Most people look at a quote and focus on the final number, but in construction, that number alone doesn't tell you much. Because a quote isn't just a price. It's a breakdown of scope, assumptions, and risk. A typical construction quote includes four main components: labor, materials, overhead, and sometimes contingency. Labor and materials are the visible part, but overhead, things like supervision, insurance, equipment, and project management, often accounts for 10 to 20% of total cost. And not every contractor structures this the same way. Some quotes are detailed. They define quantities, specifications, and exactly what's included. Others are simplified, a single number with limited explanation. And that difference matters, because what's not clearly defined doesn't disappear. It usually shows up later as additional cost. In residential construction, cost overruns of 10 to 30% are common, and one of the main causes is incomplete or unclear scope. For example, many quotes focus on the structure, walls, roof, interior finishes, but exclude site-related work, excavation, grading, drainage, utility connections, permits. These costs can be significant. Running utilities to a site, depending on distance and access, can range from $10,000 to over $50,000. If that's not included up front, it becomes a surprise later. Then there are allowances. Allowances are estimated amounts for items not fully selected, like flooring, fixtures, or cabinetry. If those allowances are set low, the overall quote looks more competitive. But once actual selections are made, costs increase. So two quotes may look similar, but one may reflect realistic choices, while the other underestimates them. There's also how risk is handled. A more complete quote often includes contingency, typically 5 to 10% of the project, to account for unknowns. A lower quote may exclude that entirely, but that doesn't remove the risk. It just shifts it to you. So when comparing quotes, don't just compare totals. Compare scope. What is clearly defined? What is assumed? What is missing? Because a construction quote is not just a number. It's a representation of how your project will be executed. And the more complete it is, the fewer surprises you'll face once construction begins.
This is Builder Brief. We're building a space for serious, system-level conversations about housing, land, and construction beyond headlines and beyond politics. Our goal is simple: to understand how the built environment actually works and why it affects all of us. If you find this work valuable, consider subscribing and supporting the channel. It helps us continue producing independent, data-driven analysis like this.